I love it when Tony Sparano talks to the media. The Colts offensive line coach is a guy where you can just have a really good conversation about two things. You can talk about football, you can talk about leadership, how to put together a team, what's important in putting together a team, the tactical process of putting together an offensive line. I just think that Tony Sparano is fascinating, understands football, communicates his ideology of football exceptionally well. Here's Tony Sparano.
You guys have heard me say it for 3 years now, but when the five of them play together as one group, that's when things are very, very special, and we can really function at a high level.
And as part of that protection plan, getting JT in the right places, Daniel making the right checks, that all kind of works in concert together.
100%. Right? Yeah, it's the whole offense. There's no question. We all have to be on the same page. If we're all on the same page, then we're always going to be in good shape because we understand exactly where the pickups are happening, who we're responsible for, what answers we've got to have for other things. So we always want to make sure that communication's at a premium from us, from the quarterback, make sure the backs are on the same page and get everybody going together.
You faced a really tough front seven. Now you got a team coming in that I think led the league in sacks last year. They had 6. What are the challenges?
Look, they present a lot of challenges. They're a very good front. Obviously, we played against them last season. I got a tremendous amount of respect for not only their players but their coaches. I think Vance Joseph does a tremendous job with those guys and the scheme that they run. And then those guys are really good players up front, and they play well together. I think I said that last year when we played against them. They really know how to rush off of one another, how to kind of complement what each other is doing. And it can make it difficult on you. The big thing for us is we just have to understand that we have to play together. We have to set together in pass protection. We need to trust our technique and our fundamentals, and we need to just go play. There'll be a great challenge, but it's one we're looking forward to.
Matt's success so far at guard, how much is that based on just his willingness to be good at that position? Moving from tackle to guard, how much is that just based on his personality and wanting to help the team?
Oh, a ton. I mean, he's selfless, he's tough, he's smart, and he works incredibly hard. And I think all those things, you can see those kind of come together for him in the growth that he's had. And he's a very resilient guy as well. So, very, very pleased with how he's working.
You might have been asked about this already, but Shane was saying you're kind of this tip of the spear for identifying blitzes and stuff like that. What's the key to finding blitzes and teaching it to your guys?
Listen, it's the whole staff that, we all do it together. But the thing, I just try to break it down into, grouping into certain looks and, hey, what can we expect out of these, or what do we think maybe they can do out of these different things? And I try to make it as simple as I can for the players when we present it. So the more things that we can kind of group together, you don't want to go in there and say, hey, here's 95 things, like any of us. I mean, if I come in here and give you a list of things that's this long, we're all going to struggle to learn that and retain it. So the key is trying to keep it simple, trying to group things, and then giving them very defined rules. Hey, we see this is what we want to do. We see that's what we want to do, and try to go about it that way. That way, when we get up there, we can trust what we see, we can communicate really quickly, and we can all be on the same page with what we're doing and what we're anticipating,
When you're looking at guys to come in, like in a pre-draft process, how long does it take you to figure out whether a guy fits?
That's a good question. It's really one of the most important things, in my opinion, in this whole thing is they have to have the right mentality in order to play here. And I really believe that. I mean, some people say that. I truly believe that with my heart and my soul. Like if we want to build what we want to build here, and we want to be the best line in this league, I've said that before, that's what we want to be. Our standards and our goals are a lot more than 1 week, and we know we've done nothing yet. We've got a long way to go. But in order to do that, it takes consistency, and it takes resilience and toughness, and it takes guys that have character. I mean, you hear Shane talk about character and preparation and consistency, relentless as pillars. All right, I mean, the offensive line embodies that so much, and we need guys that are made of the right stuff that way, that are resilient, that give the best they have for each other and for the group each day, and the preparation is without that as a lineman, you have nothing. So to me, that's a huge thing I'm weighing. Obviously, you're looking at the players and the different strengths and weaknesses they have in terms of the talent and the skill set. But, just as important to me, if not more important, I want to see what mentality they have. Are they Are they smart enough? Are they tough enough? Are they dependable? Are they someone that's going to come in here and earn the respect of the group through their work? That stuff's important. I mean, if they're not, then I don't think they're a fit.
You spent a season with Daniel in New York, and now you're working with him again here. What sticks out to you about knowing him then and knowing him now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I got a tremendous amount of respect for Daniel. He is a pro's pro. He works really, really hard at it, and he cares a lot. So, that was something that I always admired about him in New York. I watched how hard he worked there. I watched how much he cared about the entire operation there. Just the communication, like we talk about with the line or with his receivers, with the backs, the extra work he puts in. Every detail is very important to him, and it matters a lot. So, it's awesome to watch him work, and like I said, I admire a lot about how he goes about his business. I got a lot of respect for him.
For Matt and Tanner, what was the benefit of going in against Lou's defense in training camp, and specifically Buck and Grove there in the interior?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, you block those two guys, you can block just about anybody in the league. I mean, those are two of the best D tackles in the league. So it's baptism by fire. You're in there, and the challenge is high every single day. And if you're not on it, you're going to get embarrassed by those two, because they're very good players. They're very good at what they do. And then, Lou does a tremendous job, obviously, with the defense. They're very multiple. They give you a lot of looks. So the stuff we were kind of talking about earlier with protections and pickups and things like that, and the communication. I mean, we really got a great, practice run at that throughout camp. I mean, we really got great exposure to all that because Lou forced us to do that. Lou forced us to all be on the same page every day in camp, with the different looks he was presenting, the different pressures he was bringing, the different movements that he has in the run game. I mean, all those things are challenging for us. And again, they force us to communicate and play together. So it really helped us.
Thanks, Tony.
How interesting is that, right? You talk about 5 playing as one. You do that in basketball, where 5 play as one. And in football, you got to do the same thing, although you got 11 guys playing as one, and that offensive line, that's 5 playing as one. And it sounds like Tony Sparano understands that at the highest level, doesn't it? That he knows what kind of person is going to fit in his offensive line room long before they ever get to the draft. And guys, I guarantee you that in the draft room, he's taken offensive linemen off the board all the time, drawn red lines through guys, because fit is just that important to him, and that's why this offensive line works.